Hi there and welcome back to Richard's Rounds, and what a beautiful morning it is today. I hope you've managed to enjoy the sunshine over the last couple of days. It's been good actually trying to get out into the garden and plant some seeds, and I'm just hoping the frost last night hasn't done too much damage, but hopefully the sunshine today will warm everything up again. And we're going to do the same with our music, because we're going to come back to All Through the Night in a moment or two and put all of those parts together. But before that, I found a new round. Just a bit of a nonsense round, really. I'll give you the words first. So the words are: there was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. That's it. So you've got McNabb, fine crab, a cab. So you've got the ends of the lines that rhyme. So we'll go through those words again. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. I'll sing it you so you can hear how the whole thing sounds. And it goes like this. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. Very easy. So I'm just going to sing it you through line at a time, and then you can sing it me back. So my turn, your turn. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. We'll do that again just to check those words fit, and also in the second line you've got quite a big jump. You've got a major sixth jump there. So you've got to just make sure that you hear that interval before you sing it. And just as a little signpost, the first note in each of the lines starts it's the same basically. So if you hear that first note, every line starts on that note. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab. Whoops. And had to be carried home in a cab. Bit croaky this morning. Right, have we learnt it? Can we try and put that together? Let's just sing it through, maybe just slowly. With me this time. Ready? 1 and 2. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. Do you think we've got it? I think we probably have, haven't we? I think we can go for this. So as you can hear, there are 3 lines. So if you want to do this as a round, each line can be sung separately. So line 1, then line 2. When that starts, someone else can start line 1, or you can, if you like, you can start line 1 when I get to line 2, and just mix it up a bit and enjoy the harmony. So I think we'll do it 3 times through. And I want you to think of it as a bit of a waltz, because we're in 3. Here we go, 1 and 2. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. There was an old fellow named Sandy McNabb who had for his supper a very fine crab and had to be carried home in a cab. Well, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Bit of nonsense. It's always good first thing in the morning, I find. So, this is the 3rd session on All Through the Night, and what we're going to do today, I think, is just recap both parts, just to check we've got them. And if you've listened to the previous 2 videos, hopefully you've been able to practice them, and maybe you've also downloaded the words too. But if you haven't, don't worry, because you probably know them anyway. And then I think what we'll do is we'll sing it twice through. What I will do is I shall sing part 1, then part 2, and I want you to challenge yourself to sing the opposite part to me when I'm singing my particular part. So, sleep my child. Let's just go through the melody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sleep my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels God will send thee all through the night. Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, ill and veil in slumber sleeping. I my loving vigil keeping all through the night. I think that's the bit that most of you know really well, actually. Let's have a go at part 2 then. So, sleep my child all through the night. Do you remember how it's quite chromatic at the start, with the notes really, really close together? And the interesting thing there as well is that if you're singing the melody all through the night, you have a dotted rhythm, all through the night. But if you're singing part 2, you have an even rhythm, all through the night. So be careful, make sure you remember that if you can when you get there. So let's have a go at part 2, see what we remember. Here we go. Sleep, 2, 3, 4. Sleep my child all through the night. Guardian angels all through the night. Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, ill and veil in slumber. Vigil keeping all through the night. And if you remember, you don't have quite so many words in part 2, so I'm just going to recap them for you. Sleep my child all through the night. Guardian angels all through the night. Then the middle bit, the words are pretty much the same as the other part. Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, hill and vale in slumber. And then there's a gap. Vigil keeping all through the night. So how do you reckon you're going to do? Thumbs up? I reckon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with part 2. I'm going to sing part 2 all the way through, and I want you to have a go at singing part 1 whilst I'm singing part 2. So you can sing against me. Then the second time through, I'm going to switch to the melody, and then I want you to have a go at singing part 2 and see whether you can hold your own and get to the end and end on the right note. So there's your challenge for today. Try and sing against me with the opposite part. So remember, I'm starting with part 2, so you're going to start with the melody. So I'll give you a little introduction. Here we go. Sleep, my child, all through the night. Guardian angels all through the night. Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, hill and vale and slumber. Vigil keeping all through the night. Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels God will send thee all through the night. Soft the drowsy you get on? I hope you enjoyed singing that. It's nice to really just extend what we do a little bit on some of the pieces and try and really polish it and get those phrases nice and long, and hopefully a little bit of harmony too. So well done if you challenged yourself today. That's really impressive. It's really hard actually if you're on your own at home and you're singing against me. I know I can't really hear you, but you can hear me, and obviously if you're singing on your own, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking, maybe you might say, because we're so used to having everybody else around us. But well done if you did, and I look forward to more of Richard's rounds tomorrow. So until then, have a good day. Bye for now.